teams were deployed yesterday to search hiking trails.
Is growing this morning for a Huntington Beach woman who disappeared at an Inyo County campground.
Tonight, Yosemite officials are searching for a missing teenager.
Dropping an urgent search is underway for an Oakland man reported missing in Yosemite National Park.
Breaking news tonight, a tragic ending to a story we've been following all day in the gorge.
An exhaustive search for a missing hiker in the Smokies. The rough terrain and changing weather ends tragically.
Greetings ghosties and welcome to another Missing 411 video. You guys seem to really enjoy these strange, spooky, eerie disappearances, which is fine by me because I really like them too. I like researching. I don't like that people go missing. I just like the eerie factor of it and the mysteriousness of what happens to these people. And so I'm glad that you guys enjoy it because I enjoy researching these cases as well. Tonight's video is a little different than the previous ones that I've done. In the past, when I've done Missing 411, I focus in on one person or one case, one disappearance. Tonight's different. Tonight, I'm focusing on an area and the crazy amount of disappearances that go on there. Covering part of the Tennessee-North Carolina border, there's a mountain range called the Great Smoky Mountains, or the Smoky Mountains, or the Smokies, whichever you prefer to call them. Now they're given this name because there's usually some fog within the mountain range that kind of gives it this smoky appearance, so they named them the Smoky Mountains. Within the area is one of the most visited national parks. It's called the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and somewhere around 10 million people a year visit there. So there's bound to be some disappearances, some mishaps, even some deaths in the area. Most people that go missing in the Smoky Mountains are found within 48 hours. But it's the other people, the strange, the mysterious disappearances, the people that are never found. Those are the ones that catch attention and that we will be talking about tonight. One of the most well-known disappearances is that of Dennis Martin. Dennis went missing on June 14th of 1969 while visiting the Smoky Mountains with his parents, his brothers, and some family friends. Dennis, his brother, and his friends decided that they were going to play a prank on their parents and they were going to go out and hide in the woods, and once their parents got close, they were all going to jump out and scare their parents. Well, all the boys went out, hid in the forest, and when the parents got close, everybody jumped out except Dennis. They called out for Dennis. He didn't answer. They went searching for Dennis, couldn't find him. They contacted the local authorities. They helped search for Dennis. Nobody could find him. Again, the weird thing, like most of these disappearances, is that there was no trace of him to be found. No footprints. If he were to be, captured or attacked by an animal, there would probably be some drag marks of the body. There was no drag marks. There was no animal footprints. Nothing within the area that would suggest that he walked away or was dragged away or attacked by an animal. Like I said, most of these people, it seems like they just vanish off the face of the earth. And unfortunately, Dennis was never found. Nobody ever was able to locate him or his body. There's an odd piece of information that surfaced about Dennis's case a couple years after he went missing. Dwight McCarter was being interviewed, and during the interview, he said that special forces were contacted and involved in the disappearance of Dennis. But for some reason, the special forces never really communicated to the local authorities. It seemed like they were there on their own, going about their own agenda. They had their own reasons for trying to find Dennis, which seems a little bit weird to me because if somebody went missing, you would think the local authorities and whatever special forces were there would work together to try and find this person, but I guess that wasn't the case. Another strange disappearance within the Smoky Mountains is that of Treneil Gibson, who disappeared in October of 1976. She was there with a bunch of other students hiking some of the trails around 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and they were headed towards a spot called Andrews Bald when she just disappeared, vanished. This trail that the students were on when she went missing was a well-hiked trail. There was people in front of them and people in back of them. So how she went missing is a complete mystery. It was like she was there 1 minute, kind of lost sight of her, and then she was never seen again. You would think if there was a bunch of students hiking in an area on a well-hiked path, somebody would spot this person. If she had gone off the trail, wandered off on her own, You think somebody would have asked where she was going or saw where she was going, but that's not the case. And unfortunately, she was another person that disappeared within the Smoky Mountains and was never seen or heard from again. Next up is Delma Melton, who went missing in September of 1981. In the day that she went missing, her and her friends were hiking a trail that Delma had hiked for many, many years. She knew the trail very well. Delma's friends say that she was walking just a little bit ahead of them. Delma took a turn, and it's like she vanished. She was never seen from again, which they say is very, very odd for her because she had been hiking that trail for probably around 20 years. She was very familiar with the area. Delma's friend said it was very odd of her to just vanish or disappear so quickly because Delma, I guess, was a larger woman. She moved a little bit slower. She had some health complications as well. So, her friend said it's very weird that she just vanished so quickly because she wouldn't have been able to get away as quick as she did. And she's another one of these that there was no footprints, no tracks, no trace, just vanished. Nobody could find any traces of where this woman went to. Jump to 2008, Michael Haren said goodbye to his family, packed up his four-wheeler, was gonna go four-wheeling, was never seen from again. His family and a search party went out looking for him. They were able to find the truck that he left home in. It was very weird because the truck was still left in the on position, but there was no footsteps, no tracks leading away from the truck. It's like he just vanished from the truck into thin air. Even the dogs that they brought out to the search party couldn't catch his scent. They again, I keep saying this, but it's like he just dropped off the face of the earth. And those are just a few people that have gone missing in the Smoky Mountains. There's been a lot of other people that have gone missing as well. There's also been some very strange paranormal sightings in the Smoky Mountains. There have been claims of Bigfoot in the area. There have been weird lights seen in the area. So maybe when we start to look for these people, we need to think outside of our normal realm of possibilities. Maybe it's not something natural, maybe it's something supernatural causing these people to go missing. If these people were to just walk away and get lost, there would most likely be tracks or footprints. If these people were attacked by an animal, you would think you would find maybe some blood or drag marks, animal footprints, but that's not the case. Now, some people believe, as do I, that there might be something paranormal to these disappearances, something supernatural. Many believe that some people wander into a vortex, which takes them to a completely different dimension, and that's why they just vanish off the face of our planet. Even some scientists today think that there is truth to this multi-dimensional worlds, or that there's many different dimensions that could vary very slightly from one to the next. So maybe it's possible. Maybe one of these vortexes or dimensions opened up right in front of somebody and they just stepped into it and vanished. Some people think that maybe these people are being abducted by aliens, something that I think is a very big possibility. Take, for example, the case that we just talked about, Michael. He drove out there in his truck and disappeared. There was no footprints leading away from his truck. The dogs couldn't catch a scent of him. It's like he vanished into thin air. Maybe he was abducted. It's a possibility. Maybe that's why his truck was still in the on position. Maybe he was just taken. And then there are some people that believe that it could be Bigfoot. People think that Bigfoot could be attacking these people. And since Bigfoot is this elusive creature that we haven't been able to find or capture or, show definitive proof of, maybe since it's so good at, hiding from us, maybe it can hide that it is attacking and taking people. Maybe, and some people do believe this, some people believe that Bigfoot is an interdimensional being, and that's why we can't find it. Sometimes it slips into our dimension and then slips out. Maybe Bigfoot is taking people and bringing them to a different dimension. I don't know. I'm not saying this is what I believe. I'm just saying this is one of the theories that is out there. No matter which theory you believe in or what you think happens to these people, it is very, very odd that you have to admit that it is very, very odd that so many people go missing in national parks and forests every year. And not that they just go missing, that there's no trace of them. There's never a body found, no clothing, no footprints, nothing. Where do these people go? You know, and then there's some cases that we talked about before where people go missing and show up hundreds of miles away from where they started. How do these people manage to get hundreds of miles away within just a couple days or like a month? You know, it's just, it baffles my mind. So what do you guys think? Why do you think people are going missing in the Smoky Mountains? Do you think it's paranormal, or do you think it's something natural? Do you think it's people getting lost or animal attacks? I would love to hear your thoughts and theories on this. Personally, I do believe that there is a paranormal aspect to this. Maybe not every case, but some of them, I do believe that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure and subscribe. I am a paranormal investigator. If you're new to my channel, I go to a bunch of different haunted locations. I talk about a bunch of different weird paranormal topics. You know, just cover a lot of different things. If you enjoyed the video, make sure and give it a like because it really does help out our videos. And if you can share it, that would help too. Also, I know YouTube has kind of been a butthead and has been really good about notifying people of videos. So if you want, you can follow me on Twitter or on Instagram or on Facebook. All the links are down below in the description. You can click it, it'll take you right there. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you real soon.